For radio, music and podcasts, get 6 Music on the BBC Sounds app.
6 Music.
Right now, it's 6 Music's Artist Collection. Pet Shop Boys.
Now, information about tonight's session guests. The Pet Shop Boys are Neil Tennant and Chris Lowe. The possibility exists that you already knew that. For this session, the boys have adopted a back-to-basics approach with fully live guitars, bass and drums. They've recorded 2 songs which they wrote back in 1983 but never got around to recording. And they've also recorded an old Bobby O song from the early 1980s. Their next single is London, which has also been recorded for tonight's session and is still waiting for its UK release date. The lads, it says here, never really thought of them as lads, but anyway, the lads have tried to approach this session with a view to doing something different, and they hope that that's what comes across. They really enjoyed doing the session, as the sound quality in the BBC studios is very good, but we know that. And the first tune, hold on a second, it would be awful if I got this wrong after all of that. The first tune is the, oh dear, they're both exactly the same duration, those two. Let me just try this and see if it's the right one. No, it's not. This is the right one.
We came from a far north, summered in Crimea, deserted the armed forces, had to disappear, made it to the free west on a chartered flight, so we could see what we trained to fight. We were in London, let's do it, let's break the law. We were in London, tell it like it is. We were in London, tell it like it is. We were in London, looking for hard work or credit card fraud. What do you expect from us? We come from abroad to get ourselves a new job on a building site. We work you so hard, but we train to fight. We were in London, let's do it, let's break the law. We were in London, tell it like it is. We were in London, let's do it, let's break the law. We were in London, tell it like it is. Tell it like it is. My father fought in Afghanistan. His widow's pension ain't worth a damn. My mother works and goes home to cry. I want to live before I die. We were in London, let's do it, let's break the law. We were in London, tell it like it is. We were in London, let's do it, let's break the law. We were in London, tell it like it is.
And the first email of the night comes from Graham Spencer in Worcester, Massachusetts, and he said, with regard to the Pet Shop Boys, they were the first band I ever liked when I was 8 years old and continue to follow them. I've been through many stages of musical taste since then, culminating in listening to your show 3 times a week. So having them on the programme is like coming full circle for me. I'm sure it'll be a great session tonight. Well, it's certainly got off to a good start. That's a version of the forthcoming single, which is called London, and this is one of those songs that they wrote in 1983 but never got around to recording.
What you want, you got nothing to say, so you can't hide that look of dismay. Why pretend you only want revenge? It's been said I'd be dead if looks could kill. Where'd you go with that threadbare crowd? All I'm told, do they appreciate your tales of woe? Droning on and on, lost your thread. I'd be dead if looks could kill. You think you're acting in self-defense, but you're fooling no one, and you never will. The only fact is irrelevant. No wonder you're worried I'd be dead and buried still. If looks could kill. If looks could kill. Welcome to a unique event where we see what you represent. From that look of let metal commence. It changes nothing and it never will. And I'm not matter of self-defense. I'm not worried I'd be dead and buried still. If looks could kill. If looks could kill. If looks could kill.
Twangy guitars as well. I mean, what more do you want? That's from the Pet Shop Boys in session tonight for the first time. If Looks Could Kill is the title of it, and I hope Paul Beardsall is with us and enjoyed that. Had a good email from him, and apparently there's lots of chat about the session on our What's it called again? Message board. Message board, okay. And if you want to get onto that, you have to go to the programme's website and then click on something that probably says message board, which is to the right of the screen, I'm told. And an email here from Nick. It says, just wanted to say thanks for the Pet Shop Boys session from everyone at the Comedy Forum IRC channel. Really enjoying it so far. There's 2 more tunes to come, of course. One from Brother Buck and Inebriated Punks, it says, sending this from the Isle of Mull, where a captive merry band of Scottish hicks are gathered for this is his words, not mine, I hasten to add, gathered for the occasion of his birthday. This will be Brother Buck's birthday. Listening to the programme as always, and anticipating a large and drunken cheer if you read this out. I'll pause now so you can have that large and drunken cheer. Do you know, I think I heard it. Anyway, Pet Shop Boys sounding mighty fine. A nice segue before we head to the Interpol gig at King Tut's tomorrow night. Keep on remaining, he says, rather puzzlingly. And one here from Stefan Klaus in Vienna, who's also very pleased to hear the Pet Shop Boys on the programme. Let's see, this is from Mary Robinson, former Prime Minister of Ireland, but perhaps a different one. Says that she's listening in St Catharines, Ontario, Canada. Thanks very much for playing the Pet Shop Boys. They're the greatest duo on the earth. Well, that'll please them, should they be listening. And if they are listening, they also ought to check out the message board, because that would please them even more.
He's got a powerful friend who owes him nothing and knows how to spend. Lives in his apartment for free. Waits on the table at tea. Whips up the coffee and cream. Sometimes cries or he screams. Phones for the grocery van. The milkman delivers and the newspapers land. When he gets home of the night, his old man mutters and puts up a fight over some political scheme. Sometimes cries or he'd scream. Spends all his days unconstrained. There's absolutely nothing new to do but delay the plan to take a different stand. When pizza boys deliver what he needs on demand. Eyes lit with a nicotine gleam. Sometimes cries or he screams.
I really do think this is excellent stuff, and I have to say, and I wasn't going to say anything about this, but to the handful of malcontents who felt that for some reason we shouldn't have the Pet Shop Boys on the programme, if I told you there was something like Einsfeld Drive from Mulheim, you'd think they were wonderful. That's one of the songs from 1983, and A Powerful Friend is the title of it. And the last from the Pet Shop Boys is the Bobby O cover. It's called Try It, I'm in Love with a Married Man. right, I'm in love with the married man. That's the last of what has been an excellent debut session on the programme from the Pet Shop Boys, and loads of emails about it, as I keep emphasising. And the whole thing really summed up by Lisa Parks, who sent us an email, and it says they've never felt pressured into being anything other than themselves. And that sums it up for me, anyway. If you're listening, Pet Shop Boys, or lads, as I must learn to call you, thank you very much for doing it.
Six Music's artist collection. Pet Shop Boys.
Have you ever asked autographs of other people? Is there anyone that you've got an autograph of? Because it's not a cool thing to do, and you can do it for children, but...
Well, I've... Actually, one of my biggest regrets in life is an autograph I didn't ask for because I was too cool.
Yeah.
In 1976, I interviewed Mark Bolan when I worked at Marvel Comics, and Mark Bolan was a big comics fan. We did a piece in the comics about that, and he gave me his new album, which is called Futuristic Dragon. And I really wanted him to sign it, but I thought I was 21, and I just thought it was too uncool to ask. And now I always look at this album and think I could say "To Neil Love Mark," and it doesn't. I always feel really sad about it.
What about you, Chris? Have you ever asked for an autograph or a photograph, a selfie?
I don't think I have, but do you know what? I seem to recall having my photograph, or maybe
John Peel.
Did I get an autograph or did I get my photograph taken? I got my photograph taken with John Peel when he came to Liverpool University. That's about the closest I've got to that, I think.
Yeah, so obviously someone that.
But now, of course, people ask for selfies, which is really annoying. I'd rather give an autograph than be photographed.
Yeah. So do you?
I don't mind signing. I've never minded signing autographs.
You've not at all.
No, I think it's. I think if someone's got the record, particularly, and then I can totally, and then you write, to Jane Love Neil. I think it's really nice.
And why do you have a problem with selfies?
Because it's difficult to like the way you look in a photograph.
Of course, yeah. And then it goes out on social media, and then it's
that's the problem. Yeah, we always used to. Yeah.
I mean, in the past, people used to have Kodak Instamatic cameras and take them to the chemist to get developed, and we used to do millions of those, and I would still do that, to be honest. Whereas nowadays it's kind of tracking you, isn't it?
It's a little bit like or a trophy,
or a trophy, and people are going to write horrible comments underneath it, and it feels a bit weird.
Yeah. So do you decline if people ask?
We decline, and actually we always say sorry, we don't do photographs, but we'll sign an autograph.
Yeah. Okay, so people will understand.
And then people give you a bit of a weird look, like what's
but then of course, no one has a pen.
So then you go into the shop next door and get a pen, and then
stand there awkwardly on the street corner.
The whole thing takes hours.
Let's play another track of your choosing.
When I was driving around Durham a couple of weeks ago, the Durham countryside, I bought the 3 CD package of some of Dusty Springfield's early albums, and this is a song from 1968, I think. And it's called Mr. Dream Merchant. It's very, very euphoric and beautiful.
Hey, Mr. Dream Merchant, everything depends on you. Oh, hey, Mr. Dream Merchant, bring him back to me and make my dreams come true. When I say goodbye to my love, I didn't mean to make him cry. I didn't realize that I love. Now I need him by my side. Oh, hey, Mr. Dream Merchant, everything depends on you. Oh, hey, Mr. Dream Merchant, bring him back to me and make my dreams come true. You should have told this fool to stop it. You should have made this blind girl see. I got my pride back in my pocket. Won't you bring him back to me? Oh, hey, Mr. come true. Oh, hey, Mr. Dream Merchant, can't you make me see we need each other? I'm no good alone.
What a beautiful song. Incredible. I've never
They're
heard
gorgeous.
that. Yeah.
It's originally an American soul song, but Dusty's given it this yearning, dreamy quality. It's really it almost reduces me to tears, to be honest.
Beautiful. Dusty Springfield. If you just move your microphone down a little bit.
Sorry, it's
That's right. And move it a
He's
little
got
bit
no
towards you.
experience with microphones.
Oh, it's
none.
I've rarely been on the radio before.
Slightly embarrassing. So how have your days been today? What have you been up to?
Today I got the train down from Durham, and as we were approaching York, the guard came on the train, came over the intercom, and said, "I'm sorry to report that this train is now cancelled."
When you got on the train?
No, I got on at Durham,
yeah,
and this was going to York, and then we pulled into York. He said, "Okay, I'm sorry, we're going to Doncaster, and then you're going to have to get on a bus." And so I got a taxi to Grantham. I had lunch in Grantham, and I got the train back from Grantham. I'd never been to Grantham before.
Oh, well, how was Grantham?
I thought Grantham was quite nice, actually.
Yeah.
It's in Lincolnshire.
Birthplace of Maggie Thatcher, of course.
Birthplace of Mrs. Thatcher. Didn't see the house. But also, Isaac Newton went to school there.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So actually, funny enough, it turned
It was
into
an
quite a nice
interesting
day. Yeah.
And what were you doing in Durham? Family visit?
Yeah, I have a house near Durham. Yeah, I was there.
Yeah.
My family live up there too.
But you didn't take the bus. When was the last time you took the bus?
I never get the bus, but I get the tube all the time.
Do you?
Yeah.
And you don't get? Do you get hassled, or do people just? What's the reaction?
Sometimes people say something.
Hassle is the wrong word, isn't it? Really?
No, sometimes hassle's the right word, but normally it's not. I mean, on the train, as we were getting off at Doncaster, there's a couple celebrating their silver wedding anniversary came and talked to me, and they were very nice. It was nice to meet them.
Yeah. And Chris, how was your day? Anywhere near as exciting as Neil's?
Well, I was on a train as well, but we had no complications at all on the West Coast line.
Well, occasionally I see you at Euston
far
Station, don't
superior
I?
line than the East Coast.
Yes, you're always bumping into each other at Euston.
Yeah, I often
Yeah.
see Joe at Euston.
Yeah, just outside Paper Chase. But this is normally I'm coming into work, and you were going to visit your mum, I think, last
That's
time.
right.
I saw
Well,
you.
you'll be pleased to know that the cast has come off.
Excellent.
It came off yesterday. So.
And what has she done? She broken her leg?
No, it's her arm.
Right.
My brother's puppy, which is a rather boisterous dog, knocked her over, and so anyway, she's on the mend. which
Okay,
is
well, that's good. That's good. What's her name?
My
mum.
mum's not
Not your dog.
Mrs. Lowe to you.
Mrs. Lowe, I'm glad you're repairing well.
Remember those days, the early 90s. We both applied for places at the same university. Ended up in London where we needed to be, to follow our obsession with the music scene. Wherever we went, whatever we did, we knew the songs. They called us the pop kids, 'cause we loved the pop hits and quoted the best hits. So we were the pop kids. I loved you. I loved you. They called us the pop kids. I studied history while you did biology. To you the human body didn't hold any mystery. We were young but imagined we were so sophisticated, telling everyone we knew that rock was overrated. We stayed out till late, 5 nights a week, and felt so chic. They called us the pop kids, 'cause we loved the pop hits and quoted the best hits. So we were the pop kids. I loved you. I loved you. They called us the pop kids.
we turned the corner, there was already a queue stretching down the street. We swept straight in, and you said, "Oh, I like it here. Oh, I love it. Oh, I like it here. Oh, I love it. Oh, I like it here.
we just contrast your weeks? Because, Chris, I read an interview and you were saying how you were very different, the pair of you, like what you choose to do and the way you live your lives. So I'm kind of intrigued. Over the last week, Neil, you were saying you were in Durham. Chris, what have you got up to over the last week?
Well, I've been at my mum's house, so it's not been a typical time, really, but lots of cups of tea and watching daytime television, which actually isn't that much different to what I normally do.
Isn't that what you normally do?
Like, what are your daytime TV obsessions? What do you enjoy?
Do you want me to go through the whole day?
Oh my god!
I tend to watch Pointless is pretty important viewing.
Radio 2 have done a Pointless episode,
Escape
by the way.
to the Country.
Are you in it?
Might be.
Oh yes,
yeah.
but you're not allowed to say because we've met someone else who might be in it too.
Yeah. Well, no, I am in it. We did do it, and
yes.
it was terrifying, really scary. Right, Escape to the Country as well. Yeah.
The Daily Politics with Andrew Neil's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can fill up most of the day watching television. And at the moment, of course, there's the French tennis on, so that's. Although it's been rained off most of the week.
No, weather's been rubbish. Okay, so daytime TV for you quite often. Evening, what do you do in the evenings? TV.
Well, I've been cooking a lot. I've got my mum's recipes, so I've been making lots of pies and various dishes and things, cakes. I've been making cakes. I've been doing a lot of cooking recently.
Wow, is this a revelation, Neil?
It is. I can't imagine Chris making a cake.
Oh, what kind of cake?
Yeah, I don't really like making cakes, but I prefer cook pies.
So you do pastry? Are you good at pastry?
And Mum's recipe is fantastic. Really good. Yeah.
So a Chris Lowe cookbook.
I think so.
Yeah.
It's all comfort food.
So
I don't do drizzles or foams. It's all pretty basic stuff.
So it would just be called Comfort in a Pet Shop Boys style.
I was going to say the same thing. Yeah. Comfort, the Pet Shop Boys cookbook. It's just publishers can send their bids in now.
And Neil, what about you? The thing that Chris said, you said that you are quite happy to not do very much at all, whereas Neil, you're very active all the time. So your last week, what have you been up to?
Well, actually, what we haven't mentioned in the last week is we've been to Ibiza.
Somebody's been in touch saying they saw you there.
We were at the IMS conference. At the end of it, they had the keynote interview, which was amazingly with us. Pete Tong interviewed us, and it was fun. Actually, it was good, and it was nice to see a bit of sunshine. Wander around Ibiza Old Town. We had a good time. Then I came back. I went straight to Durham and had some friends staying in my house, and one of them is a very good cook. So he did the cooking, so we ate very well.
Very nice. But is that true to say that you are the one who's active all the time and doing the things?
Well, when I'm in London, I do go out to.
He's out every night.
Yeah, I do. I do. Yeah.
Whereas I actually like staying in now.
Do you?
Yeah.
You feel like you've got to that age that actually resting is quite.
I really enjoy staying in and just not doing very much.
Yeah. And do you have animals at home? Are you?
No, but my sister also has a gorgeous little dog, so I like spending time with him as well.
Yeah. Do you do any sport or anything? Either of you?
Well, I like to play tennis, but I've not played at all this year yet. So
I go running.
You do?
Yeah.
That's not a sport.
Well, it's the nearest thing to sport I can think of.
What kind of running do you do then?
I go running for about two or three times a week for about 25 minutes.
Oh, wow. And the benefits for you, what are they?
I think it's
a hip replacement probably on the way.
No, I don't think I've managed to do that. I mean, I've got friends who run marathons, and I can't believe that's very good for you.
Have you ever been tempted? Have you done any races?
No, I've
at
never
all?
been tempted to do a marathon because I've always thought you'll just screw up your knees.
I think that's generally what happens.
But I love running by. I go run down by the river and in London, and I really like doing that. And up in Durham, I swim, because I have a swimming pool.
Oh, very nice.
and so I swim. I'll go in the pool and swim 40 lengths.
Yeah, and this is all. It's good for the body and it's good for the head as well, isn't it? Yeah.
I think running particularly. Well, you run, don't you? Is if you ever feel a bit down or stale, and you go for a run, you come back and you just feel very, very energized. And often over the years, over the entire career we've had, if we're writing a song, I can't think of any words, I'll listen to it on headphones, instrumental, while running, and words sometimes just seem to sort of accrue to it by the end, which is quite a useful thing. I always think it's really incredible if an amazing and sort of an amount of luck goes into it, if you can come up with something that's just very, very euphoric and simple. There's a track on our album which I really like called Groovy, and I can't even really remember us writing it, but I just really love it, and it seems sort of easy to do it. And sometimes when a track is really easy, like years ago we wrote Let's Bet Lots of Money, it was very easy. They're tracks that seem to stick around.
This is from Ben. Do the Pet Shop Boys still buy vinyl records?
I don't actually.
You don't at all?
I do have a vinyl record player, but it's not hooked up at home.
And what do you think of the vinyl resurgence?
I can see why people like it, because music has got beyond ephemeral to just something you flick through on a streaming site, and there's no. I think people like a commitment to music. And how many people have you heard through your life say, "Oh, I used to like picking up the album, reading the sleeve notes, reading the lyrics while listening to the album." There is something, and also it's a very beautiful object, the 12-inch record. And over the years, artists put so much effort into the sleeves and the sleeve artwork and all the rest of it, as well as obviously, of course, the music. So I do understand it. But I thought it was quite interesting that there's a statistic about how many people listen to the vinyl albums they buy.
I know, it's fascinating.
I think it's like 50% that listen to them.
Yeah, because you go into somewhere like Urban Outfitters or these big stores, and they're just all over the wall. It is like a work of art. Think what
a wonderful and cheap artwork a vinyl album is. How beautiful it looks in your house.
Yeah. Do you have any vinyl at home?
Oh, I've got tons. When at some point I threw away vinyl, but I didn't throw. I kept all my 1980s 12 inches. When I was at Smash Hits, I used to get all these remixes. Now I carried on collecting them afterwards, and so I kept all of those because they're sort of irreplaceable. Whereas if you had Purple Rain soundtrack album by Prince, obviously you can still stream it or buy it on CD or whatever, and so I didn't keep that.
Are there any outstanding 12 inches that you can remember?
Oh, I always like that. It's a very famous record. Simple Forget-Me-Nots.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great...
Patrice Rushen. Yes,
that's a great 12-inch mix.
And Chris, what about you? Do you buy vinyl?
I did. I used to love paying a lot of money for a 12-inch record, an obscene
And you
amount.
spent a fortune in the past.
Well, no,
That was actually £5, by the way.
Yeah, but that was a lot.
A lot of money in those days.
Actually, I would still think that was a lot. Yeah, so we used to go to this record shop, Record Shack, I think. No, was it called Record Shack?
Record Shack on Berwick Street.
And they had all these imports from New York, and it felt really special getting this obscure vinyl from New York.
And have you kept any of your vinyl?
I've
Still
got
it
all
somewhere?
my vinyl. At some point, I've got to go through it all. It's all in boxes at the moment. And I
That's
think
never
also
gonna happen.
when we used to do sort of DJ things, standing in for Simon Bates or whatever, we used to get sent tons of the stuff, and I've never actually gone through and sorted out what I actually wanted to keep and what was what was rubbish.
It's 9 o'clock in the morning on BBC Radio 1 FM. And for the next 2 hours, here are the Pet Shop Boys.
Neil Tennant.
I'm Chris Lowe with the Pet Shop Boys.
And we're coming to you absolutely live from Radio 1 with the Golden Hour.
The Pet Shop Boys with the Golden Hour.
Radio 1.
Yes, this is the Pet Shop Boys here, absolutely live on Radio 1. Chris Lowe is actually playing all the records and jingles, so if it all goes horribly wrong, you'll know why.
Yeah, anyway, this is the year that Soul to Soul were number 1 with this record.
Back to life, back to reality, back to life, back to reality, back to life, back to reality, back to the here and now, yeah. Show me how, decide what you want from me. Tell me maybe I could be there for you.
Right, this is the year that everyone was going to raves and sort of going on the M25 and getting stopped by the police and things, and it's a pretty good year for me.
If you want to guess what the year is, you can phone us up, or if you're incredibly modern, you can fax us, because this was also the year that a new American group appeared on the Smash Hits Award, and lots of people went mad over them. They were called the New Kids on the Block. This is the Pet Shop Boys, live on 1FM with the Golden Hour.
What was the year?
Yes, this was the year we first heard from 808 State, who we'll be hearing a bit from later in the show. It was also the year that Margaret Thatcher adopted the royal we, announcing on March the 3rd that we have become a grandmother. And it was also the year where the film Scandal brought the Profumo affair back into the headlines, and also it brought Dusty Springfield back into the charts with Nothing Has Been Proved.
Land is in the paper.
Shop Boys with The Golden Hour.
What was the year? Well, it was the year that Ken Dodd was found not guilty of defrauding the Inland Revenue, and it was also the year that Nigel Lawson resigned as Chancellor and was replaced by someone hitherto rather unknown called John Major. Well, Fibercoat, Darren and Dave at Fibercoat think this year was 1990. I'm sorry, Darren and Dave, you're wrong. Trunking Limited from Thurston Road, London, also think it's 1990. They've also got it wrong. And the Station Press say, good day, lads. The year is about 1990, or maybe about 1990, Harry Wentworth, but actually it's not exactly 1990.
Right. Another record. I've got a fax here from Adam in Manchester who says, was it 1988, the year when the Hacienda was really good? Well, no, it wasn't, Adam.
No, it wasn't, but actually a lot of people have got it right. Chris English from Bristol and Dean Morris from Droitwich phoned up with the right year. And also people have been faxing us. Pananaro from Sandwich Bar in Belfast has got the right year, and so has Tina and Tony at Oscar's Video in Redditch. The year, of course, was the year of the Stone Roses, 1989.
Well done, everyone.
Pet Shop Boys with The Golden Hour.
I found a photograph. I was looking through and talking photographs and selfies, and there's a picture. I would just pass it over to you now, and it's you with David Bowie. Can you see this photograph?
I can.
And there's much hilarity going on. He's got like a vicar's collar on. Is that right?
Well,
and you're both laughing.
This is taken at Top of the Pops in 1996 when we did Hello Space Boy with them. And David Bowie, was a very funny person. We've probably told the story before, but when we did this, he asked us to do this mix of Hello Space Boy, and there was only one verse in the song, and we wanted, with the arrangement we did, needed two verses, and Chris said, why don't you cut up one of his songs like he used to cut up songs? So we cut up Space Oddity, and then the phone rings, it's David Bowie, and I said, oh yeah, we've decided to cut up Space Oddity. There was this long silence on the phone, and he said, yeah, sounds like it better come in. and he came into the studio, and I sang the second verse as a guide vocal, and he just rolled off and he said, it's great, but you've got to sing it. And so we ended up on Top of the Pops.
If I fall,
Space boy, you're
free. Hello, space boy. You're sleeping.